Welcome back, everyone. We are ready for episode 25, which should put us in a better place with this farm, making it almost completely automated, I would hope. So we're going to try to get through as much as we can today. And so without further delay, let's just jump right into episode 25 of our Let's Play series of the Direwolf 20 pack. So let's go in and enjoy. So we have our output barrels here that we really need to get into because our farm is going to start getting full. And with that, we also need to figure out how we're going to get our saplings back in there. And as I've noticed, they must have changed the configuration so that these saplings here do not have the genome on them. So they will stack with regular saplings, which is very, very good. So from there, let's get right into it to see what's going to happen with our farm. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an item duct and just put it right off of there after we dig our hole here, of course. So this time we're just going to move this out of the way. And I think that should be high enough, yep. And then we'll immediately go right. Whoop, that's a little too many. But okay, that'll work out. Okay, so we are going to go right off of here, and that's actually where this servo is going to be. Because we're going to be pulling our items from the actual farm, which helps us out. And it should be smart enough to know which one to go to. So let's hope. Okay, so let's drop our servo there. And then we need to turn its power, its redstone control, to low, or ignore. You could also use ignore, and it would do the exact same thing. So what it should do is, it should pull out those logs, and it should pump them down into one of these two barrels. So we're going to help it out a little bit here, because if we don't, it'll end up putting logs in both of them. So there we go. Okay. So now it should automatically be smart enough to know where to go. There we go. And it is working. It's not a very fast system, mind you, but this farm isn't moving at a super speed, so it should be enough. If we wanted it to go faster, we would use a higher end servo, and that would make it so that these go even faster. Now, we could put in an item filter here to allow a blacklisting or a whitelisting of particular items. And we may get to that at some point. We may need to do that with saplings, but as of right now we don't need to, so we'll see how that goes. We have our fertilizer going in, and we have our dirt going in, and so the next step would be setting up our power to make it a full cycle so that it comes out of here for the logs, goes into the servos, yada yada yada. Now the coke ovens are over here, and I haven't decided if I should move them yet or not to be able to put them in a place where the items can be pumped right into them, and then the fuel can be pumped right out. So I think for now we're going to, should I pump all the way to these coke ovens in here? I think that's just a bit too far. So I got an idea. Let's see here. I know we have some more coke bricks somewhere. Maybe we'll just make some here. Let's see here. It's not too difficult to make, I don't think. No, it's not. So it's clay, bricks, and some sand. Or sandstone, I should say. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some of that, and then I'll be back. So we're back here, and we've got the ingredients required to make some more coke bricks. Plus I found those coke bricks. So let's make as many as we can, which is going to be quite a bit. And let's go find a place for them. I think we may end up rearranging to get this up and running. Oh, I should probably move this back too while I'm at it. Come on. There you go. Move this out of the way there. Yeah, right now we only have one cell, so kind of got to move it around. It's like playing musical chairs with it. Okay, so we got that there, and we already have a sapling problem that we're going to have to iron out. And so with that, we need to figure out where we're going to put these coke ovens here. I may end up moving these to a better location so that I can put the coke ovens like right here, or maybe put the coke ovens right here, put the items back here. I think that's what I'm going to do. So what we're going to do is, we're going to get in trouble here. Let's go grab an axe. We're going to have items spilling everywhere. But it's for the greater good. Okay, so we're going to move our items back here. We're going to need to move you out of the way. So we're going to put our items actually... We're going to put them... I think maybe there. So that we have 1, 2, 3... No, we're going to move one more. They're going to be all the way in the corner. Okay, so with that, we will carve this out. Oh, that's dirt. Okay, so for now, I might as well take all that out, because we're going to get these servos back here in just a second. The machine should still be able to run, for a minute at least. And we're going to make a mess. Not uncommon for us. There we go. Boom. Boom. Our inventory is now overflowing, but at least we got the storage containers. Okay, so we're going to go here and here. And what we will do is we'll put that there. And we'll go like so. Walk over here, grab some fertilizer, like so. Rinse and repeat. Okay, so we're good now. Get rid of that piece of garnet. Darn it. Oh, and that piece of cobblestone. Okay, so now let's rehook up our pipes. And don't forget our servos. Because those become very important. So there we go. And you also notice that you can't access the servo interface without an empty hand, which is very important. Okay, there's that. Now we'll go up from here and connect them. Okay, so there we go. We'll fix the rest of that in a minute. But our items are back in place. So let's do the exact same thing over here. Yeah, you'll notice that there's a cave system back behind here, but at least I lit it up for the most part. So that's a plus. Okay, so we'll use this single piece of dirt there to line us up there. And we will carve our way over. Good enough. Okay, so there's that, and it directly correlates to that spot. So let's do it again here. This system is going to be upset at us, but it is, in the end, for a better setup. So let's grab our axe here. Let's move this out of the way. Let's break our... We already have quite a few logs. That is so amazing. I'm very happy for what it's accomplishing already. Okay, so we got those in place. Now let's get this hooked up pretty doggone quick. Wait, whoops, wrong side. And I didn't put the wrench down. There we go. Oh, I gotta get that. Don't want to lose that. Okay, there we go. So we got that. And boom, they're connected. So now we should be good. Should be good, I tell ya. And we'll put our saplings right there. So logs, saplings, well, bam. So there we go. Now our output is just fine, and our input is back to being where it should be. Our room doesn't look as nice anymore, but we'll fix that in a moment. One thing at a time, right? One thing at a time. Okay, so our items are now in place. So we're going to break this out here, because we're going to put in our coke oven. Yeah, right here. Okay, so that's where our coke oven's going to be. Same like over here. Okay, so one more row here, I think. Oh yeah, that's the middle. For any of those wondering about this, I was digging to find a monster one day, and I dug this way until I found this whole open area in there, and it took me like an hour to fill it all in with torches. It is quite the cave system. Okay, so now we have more than enough to be able to make at least one coke, or at least 2 coke ovens. So let's start by placing down our first few layers here. It will be a solid 3x3. A solid 3x3, like so. Pretty easy. We'll do the other side here while we're at it. Let's hope immersive engineering is fixed. I mean, I don't suspect having any issues with this, but I don't like to leave anything to chance. So, with that, we're going to grab that immersive engineering hammer, because that's the next step. You have to smack it with the hammer, and that'll get it started, like so. See? There you go. So you touch the one interface, and you're good to go. Okay, so with that, well, let's go put that hammer back, because it is quite dangerous with the fact that it might crash my client. There we go. So back at it. Okay, so now we have the power, or we have the coke ovens, which eventually will be power, but for right now they're not. Okay, so let's place our blocks up. Let's make this look a little bit better. Let's dress it up nice. We like having a good looking environment. There we go. That makes it look a lot better. Now, the next step is going to be, we're going to want to be able to pump items in, pump items and fluid out. Those are the next steps that we're going to need for this particular setup. So, for that, we require, of course, more servos. We're going to require item ducts. We're going to require fluid ducts even this time, but we won't require any power for it this time. So, let's put our axe away here. And there we go. Let's eat the last salad we have because we are burning through salad, let me tell you. We're going to eventually have to figure out some food. That'll have to be between episodes. So, to pump items in, I'm assuming that we're going to pump items in the top, and I know that fluid comes out the bottom because I have it tested with these other two over here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make sure that items can be pumped out the bottom, and then I will be right back on camera. So, we're back, and I think that we're going to need a few more item ducts, and I think we're going to need a few more servos. So, let's make those up real quick. So, we're going to need iron, glass, and nuggets for that. So, let's just go with it here. We're just going to go all out. Why not just go all out, right? I'm not going to make a full 32 of them, but we're going to make probably, let's say, 10 more. That'll get us there. Okay, so we can put that back there. And I think the next thing we're going to do is those item ducts. So it's going to require lead, glass, and redstone. So we're going to require some lead. And wait a minute. There we go. Oh, it's tin. To make item ducts, it's tin and hardened glass. Oh, that's right. So let's just get some tin. And we have a couple pieces of hardened glass already. And so we'll just have to try to live within the bounds of this here. As long as we're not going to be with the opaque stuff here. 44 should be enough. We'll be able to make it work. We can make it work. So, let's head out. And let's attempt to put this mess together. So, I've carved out a little bit here to try to get an idea of what we're up against. So, let's start basic. I've already put some birch wood logs in here to cook up so that we can have it already working so we can know where the kreezxil is going to come out at. So, with that, we're going to try to pump. The first step we're going to do is try to put more birch logs into both of these. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this item duct and we're going to put it off at the bottom here and we're going to pump out from here. So with that, oh, I guess I can do it with it in my hand. Okay, there we go. So we have that. So we're going to go down one, and for this one, we're going to go this direction, and we're going to go up under and all the way over here. And that should do it. So we're going to start from this side here. And this should, in theory, work for what we need. Okay, so we're bringing it this way. Get up on there. Okay, so the first set should be done now. It should be pumping to the one already. So the next one here is going to be a little bit trickier because we're going to try not to touch this other two. We're going to try. We're going to really, really try. To do that, we're going to put it right there and there. And we're going to bring it up here. And then we're just going to see if we can pump it right into the back here. We'll see if we can add more to it from here. And we're stuck. We need to get down somehow here. There we go. So we'll see if the logs are going to come across here. And it looks like they already are, which is good. They don't need to be pumped in at a super fast rate, so we don't need a high-end servo. This servo should do the trick. And so let's get back into the room here. Oh, I apologize for that. That was crazy. Okay, so it looks like it is pumping birchwood logs into both of them now. So we have that taken care of. So let's go to the next step. We are now going to pump out the creosote. And we need a tank to put it into. So we want to put it in this tank here. Do we want it here or do we want to move it? I think we're going to want to move it. So let's grab it here. And so you also could tell I had a servo pumping it out into the machines here. So I think I'm going to put the tank somewhat in between these two to make it a little bit easier for me. So what I'll do is I want someplace where I can monitor it and see it. So I think I'm going to go right here. I think right there's going to be the perfect spot. So we'll end up pulling from the bottom to put it over into the tanks, and we're going to pull from the side here to bring it in. And we'll just use facades to cover it. So no biggie. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move over here until we see light. Then we're going to go down. We're actually going to go down 2 technically. And then we're going to use 2 servos because that's what's going to be required here. So as a precursor, I'm going to put this here with item duct and turn this to low so it'll pull out that charcoal. I'll do the exact same thing on the other side so that I don't have to reach back behind here behind this fluid duct, because we'll eventually get that up and running. Okay, so with that, we're going to cut under here to pull out this creosote on both sides. Oh, we got rid of our torch. We need to put a torch back. Well, if the duck's going to be here, it isn't going to allow anything to spawn, but just in case. Just in case. We don't need any trouble. Okay, so we're going to cut right across the floor here. And we're going to join them up together right here. Okay, so I think I'm going to try the corners. See if I can pull out of the corner. That'd make this just that much easier. So we'll go with our fluid ducts here. And just like the item ducts, we're going to need to put a servo in there. And we're going to make it low. Same on the other side. We will have to shift click it in place. My apologies for not mentioning that. And we turned it on. Okay. So, let's extend out here. And we're going to extend down also. Let's not forget that because I don't want to have to use facades on the floor too much. So, we're going to make this as simple as possible here. So we'll move down and over, and we'll pull it from this side, which will get us over here, and we'll put it right there, which puts it in place. And so we're going to pump it into the, well, I guess we could pump it into the back and then pump it out the bottom, so we won't even have to worry about the side here. That'll work. That makes this even better. Okay. So pull in our fluid here. Now that should prevent them from touching, which is extremely important. Like so. So now we're filling up our container so that we will now have a continuous supply of creosote into our container. So I think we are going to extend this episode a little bit because we want to finish this up. We really don't want this to sit here much longer. And a trilogy is always better than a 4-part movie. I mean, you know, there are several movies that are direct representations of that. So, charcoal is next. So, we're going to push our charcoal to another location and have it ready for the steam dynamos that are going to be over here. And I think I'm just going to put it on the exact opposite side of the creosote. Why not make it look cool, right? Somewhat symmetry here. Okay, so we're going to put it right there. So what we'll do is exact same theory. We'll pump it in the back, pull it out the bottom. Okay, so with that, we're going to use the item ducts that we set up here and finish placing them because we have our nice little open channel here. And what we'll do is we'll bring it from one side to the other, and then we will No, we will not. We need to make more item ducks. I'll be right back once I've made a few more item ducks. So, we are back, and I have finally gotten the items required to be able to make some more item ducks. There we go. So now, we have a lot more of item ducks now. We won't be running out. Had to make some obsidian, and then I had to grind it up, and then I had to make the hardened glass, so it took me just a second to get it all in place. So now that we got it, we can continue going here. And we are going to pump out... Ooh, we don't want the items to touch, do we? Oh, wait, it won't touch. What am I thinking? There we go. So we'll go across here. Okay, so we have those there. Now we need to... Whoops. Send them over there. So to do that, we'll move this out of the way here. And we need to cross there. So we're going to cross underneath, which makes it just that much more fun. And we'll take out the coal at the same time. Because why not? Okay, there's that. There's that. Okay, so we need to get out of here somehow. This is going to be a project. Okay, there we go. We got out. Good enough. So, okay, we got that coal. Good. Don't want these items to go to waste. Bring it up. And let it touch the back. And it should start pumping out the coal. Let's put some of these things back so I'm not jumping all over the place. It is pumping out the coal, or the charcoal, and it is delivering it to where it needs to be. Good enough, good enough. Okay, so we got the basics up and running, though we have a new problem that we're going to need to iron out in the next episode. And I'll tell you what that is just before we go here. It is the sapling episode, or the sapling difficulty. And I forgot, we get sand back. So we're going to need a place to put sand, and we're going to need a place to put the saplings back into the system. Because they're coming out just fine, but they're not going in. So, let's iron those particular problems out on the next episode. It seems that this tree farm is going to take us quite some time to figure out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And if you can, comment. Let's hear what you have to say about this setup. Thank you guys again.